There. You know, I make travel videos every time I go away, but I've sort of ignored the fact that I've been living in a foreign country for almost 2 years now. So this is a little video to show you what life is like here in Hsinchu, Taiwan. Right behind me is the East Gate, which is kind of the middle of Hsinchu. It's in the middle of a busy roundabout and all these little streets sort of branch off it, all the main commercial streets. So there's a street with like a McDonald's and a Nike store next to it, but then typically Taiwan there's a little ghetto looking street food cart right in the middle in the alleyway in between. There's all sorts of things like that all over this city, so let me show you.
Oh my, now it's over. My batch of pals cut so Taj, they must catch a taxi cab. Dagnam, why'd they leave me stuck in the late night alley? Callous, not so hot that everyone should be sweating, yet nobody's smiling. Plus cruiser pilot staring, thinking what they look like wearing my gear. A sign when the yellow cab near. He sped up because dreads made him think I'd pick him. Now I gotta dodge thugs like I'm playing chicken. An Englishman, an Irish.
It's a big city, which is a huge shopping mall. I think it's one of the biggest in Taiwan, if not the biggest. It's got obviously all the shops that you'd expect from a big shopping mall in Asia, but also really cool entertainment stuff as well, like a great cinema. There's ice skating, there's bowling lanes, there's batting cages, all sorts of stuff. And the food court is excellent.
5 or 10 Caucasians pass me in their taxis. Oh, no such luck, I'm gonna get booked for my apparel. As I seen the black gauge barrel, just then the fat cab came to my rescue. Damn, I'm glad black men drive them cabs too.
Harbour, which has got obviously a harbour, there's a shoreline and a couple of huge fish markets as well.
What happened to myself when I chose to call the taxi? It pulled up to the curb and I hopped into the backseat. Gave him the destination, said he'd never heard of the place, and I'd have to tell him as we went along and then placed it in drive. When I say make a left, he made a right. Alright, I get it, you wanna make some slight detour so you can be sure that you get yours. And when I turn my head, you up the bill a little more. I told the cabbie to stop, he didn't think I watched it. They reached into my pocket and they jetted like I was rocking. Ishmael, his taillight was broken as a token of appreciation. He started chasing, but I smoked.
What? You can't escape me. My head dropped dead.
Of course, one of the big things about living in a different country is all the food that you can get, and Taiwan has a really rich food culture. Because a lot of people live in apartments and work really long hours, that means the restaurants here are really popular, and a lot of people will just get takeaway every night of the week. Food is really cheap. I usually pay maybe $2 or $3 US or 3 or 4 Australian dollars for a really satisfying sort of dinner. Some of my favorite things to get here include songjua bing, which is like a flaky onion pancake. Xiao bing, which is a sesame seed roll, which you normally get with like this deep fried bread stick in the middle of it. And the places that sell that, they also do dan bing, which is like an eggy sort of pancake. All of this stuff is really hard to explain. A lot of dumplings as well, and those shops are actually soy milk shops. That's how they advertise themselves, but they have all these cool foods in there too. My go-to dinner is biandang, which is just meat, rice, and your choice of 3 or 4 vegetables. Mainly because it's really healthy and you can get something different every time you go there. What I've got here is niudomian, which is beef noodles. It's basically just slow-cooked beef, some sort of noodles, and everything in the soup is sort of up to the shop. Every place has got a different one and they're all good. Oh, look at that bit of beef.
Say your final summons if I catch you. Bet you regret you ever ditched me. Driving, conniving. Guy's been robbing me lately. He went up Blake Street, but I'm following, swallowing up steps. He ran to the left, I made a left and crashed into a...
Another thing that's really popular here in Taiwan is iced tea. I knew China was obviously a big tea drinking culture, but iced tea is the big thing here in Taiwan. I guess because it's a tropical climate or a subtropical climate over most of the country. Now when you go to a convenience store or a supermarket, they have a huge selection of iced teas, just a massive variety, and a lot of them are really popular too. But I think the number one thing is all the iced tea chains that they have around the place. Every block on a busy street, you'll probably find 3 or 4 different iced tea places that all have their unique little gimmicky thing that they do. One of my favorite ones right here, what it is, it's just your whatever kind of tea you like, black tea, oolong tea, green tea, whatever, and this freshly whipped, slightly salty cream on top. And it's, I don't know how they thought of this, who thought that would be a good idea, but it works really well. Now one of my favorite pastimes here in Hsinchu is playing basketball. It is hugely popular here. Anytime I want to play, I'll just head along to, this is just one of my local schools, and every school has at least one basketball court. There's a few public courts as well where a lot of people play. There's always people here. Everyone always wants the tall guy on their team too, so I can always get on the court, no waiting. And it's great for meeting people too. I've made a whole lot of friends playing basketball here.
Nose crushed on impact, but yo, I'll get him back. I didn't have enough for a car, what a bummer. I had to get a job driving taxis last summer. All the other drivers knew that my car was spectacular.
Now it seems like such a strange thing to say, but somehow the best part of my day is actually going to work. Working as a kindergarten teacher, all I do is play games with kids, have fun, and for some reason they pay me for it. Who's a good robot? So that's a little glimpse of what my life is like here in Hsinchu, Taiwan. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you're looking for any more information about Hsinchu or any of the places that I've traveled, feel free to head on over to my website, jimmysworldtour.wordpress.com. There you'll find itineraries, videos, photos, budgets, everything, all my little reports on every single trip that I've ever done. So there's plenty of info there. Go along and check it out. We'll see you next time on Who Dares Win.
Piling in 9 or 10 skins.